Hey, Eric Bakker, Naturopath. Thanks for coming back. We're talking about gastroesophageal reflux disease. We're talking about acid reflux in particular. Okay. The question: why you'll never get rid, well, it's not a question, it's a statement, I suppose. Why you'll never get rid of acid reflux by taking proton pump inhibitors only. So PPI drugs, I think there's Omeprazole, there's Lansoprazole, there's Prilosec, which is one of those drugs. So very commonly prescribed. Millions and millions and millions of people take these drugs every single day, you know, and sometimes for 10, 20, 30 years or all their life. When I met my wife, a long time ago now, I'll never forget when I was introduced to her dad. He's probably not watching this video, he's too old. And I went, I don't know, we were just talking, we walked around, and I walked into his garage and I saw this shelf and I said, what's that? And he had a whole line of about 15 bottles of acid medication for his stomach. So, what do we have for dinner that night? Well, Dad had huge pieces of pork, and he ate all the fat that went with it, like big chunks of fat, and he liked several cups of coffee with 2 or 3 teaspoons of sugar in each cup, and you know, etc., etc. Lots of biscuits and all this sort of food, and then sitting there moaning about his stomach all the time. So, you know, it's almost like having a gun and shooting your foot, not understanding where the pain comes from. Hey, it's crazy. You can't keep taking medication for a chronic problem like that without expecting something bad to happen. All right? You can't. You can't keep hitting up your credit card constantly and then not worrying too much about paying it back. You know, someone's going to come around and give you a hard time. And in this case, it's health that's going to give you a hard time. I just look at a Harvard website where they said that they're really cautioning people now with prolonged use, which in my opinion is more than a week, okay, with the proton pump inhibitor, because what you're doing is you're actually taking a drug that inhibits a pump in the stomach to pump out acid. You're inhibiting that action. So that means that the stomach now is not working properly anymore. So that would be like me coming around to your house and getting a brick and putting it partially on the accelerator of your car, the gas pedal. Next thing you're driving and you put your foot down, man, this car, what's wrong with it? It's not going. It's just sitting here, you know, and I just can't get it up to 50 miles an hour. All I can do is 10 miles an hour. What's wrong? You know, it's the brake, okay? It's the proton pump inhibitor. You're inhibiting, all right? You're creating a problem. You'll end up with hip fractures because you're not getting calcium absorption. You'll have magnesium deficiency leading you to circulatory dysfunction and heart attacks and strokes and stuff like that, okay? Dementia. There are many, many chronic diseases now linked with prolonged use of PPI drugs. These drugs are dangerous long term, and even doctors are encouraging people now to come off them. All right? So the statement was, why you'll never get rid of reflux disease by taking, and that's because, why would you think that is? It's because you're not addressing the causes of this acid reflux. All you're doing is taking something to stop the noise, but you're not looking where the signal's coming from. Okay, there's a sound being produced, let's say, and you're putting headphones on. You don't want to know where the sound comes from, all right? Take the headphones off, find the signal and go for it and switch it off, okay? Turn off the pizza, turn off the beer, turn off the taking lots of aspirin for knee pain every day or whatever you're doing, you know? Try and find the switch that you can turn off the causes. Then you won't need these silly drugs anymore. Right? It's not a good idea. On the Harvard website, it said that it's normal to have acid reflux up to 3 times a week. What a load of crap! I never get acid reflux. Not once in a blue moon. You should not get acid reflux. If you do, it's because you did something. Okay? A healthy stomach is silent. You can virtually hear nothing. The whole GI tract. There's minimal, if any, gas, but there's certainly no bloating, and there's nothing going on with the stomach. Right? Nothing. So reflux is not normal. If you're starting to get this sort of acid reflux sensation, even once a week, to me, it signals that something's wrong, okay? It tells me you need to start looking for the location of that switch, all right? And when you're going to get it more than 3 times a week, you need to find the switch. Otherwise, you'll be taking a drug, and the long-term consequences of taking a drug that inhibits the ability of your stomach is devastating. It's not a good idea. Deal with the problem, all right? Find the cause, turn the cause off, and down the track, the problem will go away. But it's a profitable business. We're talking billions upon billions of dollars a year with these drugs. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. A lot of my friends are medical doctors that do fantastic work with people, but they're caught in a system, they're caught in a system where they can only spend 5 or 10 minutes with the patient, so they can't do it a lifestyle advice. It's one of the big reasons why my clinic is shutting, so I can focus now on this kind of avenue to help a lot more people than I already have in the past, and I'm really enjoying it. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, there's a link below if you want my free Candida report. Have a great day, guys.